So I think we have to actually decide ourselves, right? Not let it happen. And basically, since I think 2 degrees is too much for lots of ecosystems, not just coral reefs, what we ought to do is engage on a planetary scale in ecosystem restoration and pull back 50 parts per million that have accumulated in the atmosphere because we've destroyed and degraded ecosystems.
What do you mean by planetary restoration? Because there's so many policies that have been put forward all around the world, but I've never heard this one. So can you give us an idea about what this would actually entail?
So what I really mean is doing reforestation on a planetary scale, restoration of grasslands the same way, and changing agroecosystems to accumulate carbon, but doing it so it adds up, and you ultimately pull 50 parts per million out of the atmosphere.
How dynamic would this policy have to be? Because this sounds to me like this would require immense cooperation all around the world. So what kind of scale are you talking about?
I mean, it's interesting because it's something you can do individually, right? And you can think about it at a UN level. So in the end, you sort of build it out of a mosaic of the willing and where the opportunities lie. But somebody's got to be looking at it and encouraging it to be at a big enough scale.
And if we talk, Fatih Birol from the IEA said recently we're on a trajectory towards 6 degrees. I mean, is there really any hope of actually completing or starting this kind of restoration in time to avert what could be what's predicted to be a global disaster?
So, I mean, 6 degrees is all over for humanity, and it's all over for a lot of life on Earth, although I'm sure the sulfur bacteria will do quite well.